So it's another custom boot rack of the week, and as we do, we give you a little update of what's happening here at the factory. We are up and going with repairs from the fire that we had a couple weeks ago, and some really exciting news is that within the next week or two, we are going to have the UK website up and running. This means that those buying boots in the UK will no longer have to deal with unforeseen duties and charges, delayed shipping, and you'll get your boots within a couple days. Over the past couple of months, we've been working closely with a distribution center, and there's a great bunch of guys just like we have over in the US, Australia and Germany, and we're looking forward to making it a lot easier process to get your boots on your feet. Being in the footwear game, it is extremely capital intensive, so we're just going to be starting off with a limited bunch of our best sellers. So make sure to subscribe to the email notifications so that you know what's coming in and what is available. The website will work just like our other ones with free returns and great customer support. So please, once we open up there, drop us a message, or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Next update from the factory, and what many of you are wondering about, is when is our mock toe going to be ready? So we have now decided on the final pattern, and we're going to be tooling up for this over the next couple of weeks. So here we go, we have the Sportsman. You'll see here that we've made some slight changes to the facing. There's some slight changes in the more detailed spec of this boot. We'll dive into that in a much more a longer video one day. Then we have the Workhorse, as you can see here, pretty much the same as what we've been working on with some slight modifications. And then the big question that we've been asking ourselves is which color laces to run stock on these two boots. Now, do we go the traditional Jim Green laces or the off-white beige that's on the Workhorse here? But still a couple of weeks away, and thanks to all of you for the enthusiasm so far. Onto our custom boot rack of the week, and back to the UK website, is that this is going to be an option available on the website, but do keep in mind that the boots are individually made and shipped, so there will be customs duties and shipping charges that will be applied. So let's get into it with two pairs of Numzan boots. These boots are fairly straightforward, but we thought we would mention them just to give a shout out to our traditional Jim Green leathers and the way that you can style the two pairs of boots. Now here we've got a Numzan boot in our JGC brown leather with the rough out JGC on the counter and the toe cap. Now this boot has a composite toe cap, and both of them use the same last, but the tan pair actually only has a thermoplastic toe puff. So if something heavy were to fall on this, it's more than likely going to hurt your toes, whereas with the composite toe cap, you're going to get that protection. Now with time and wear, these boots are going to age completely different. You're probably going to find that this tan pair of Numzans is, depending on what the customer uses to treat it, it's going to go a much darker color. If they use a leather balm, if they use like a suede cleaner and just brush it down lightly, it's going to get that whiter undertone and a lighter look. Whereas the JGC brown leather is going to darken with time, and this rough out leather is going to add an extra bit of protection for when you're scuffing on the toe here. Both of these boots have a full leather midsole, so they're a little bit on the heavier side, and then both have gone for our JG outsole, which is a lot more rugged and quite hard wearing. Some more subtle differences between these Numzans is this pair has 3 eyelets and 3 hooks, whereas this pair has gone for 4 eyelets and 2 hooks, and with the addition of a pull loop at the back. Now before we move on from the Numzans, just to show you how different you can really style these boots. I mean, over here we've got the Nguni special that we did a couple weeks ago. Then on this side, our most recent one where we polished up a pair in a walnut veg tan leather. If you missed that video, please go and have a look. It's really interesting and great to see how well our leather balm is working on the leathers that we use. Onto a pair of Stockmans, and the reason we chose this custom boot is it has a little bit of a Doc Marten look to it. Obviously a black leather, our mini lug EVA outsole for some comfort, and then here we have some olive green stitching around the boot with our green HOM pull tabs. Adds a bit of a funky touch to the boot, and what I really like is how lightweight it is. The boot is fully lined, so a double lasted boot, but this customer has gone for our polyester woven midsole, which gives it that lightweight, and once broken in, going to be really comfortable with the mini lug EVA outsole. and a great boot once shined up with a bit of polish with this black leather. The last one for this week is our Barefoot African Ranger. Now this boot's pretty straightforward to our standard barefoot spec. The only difference here is this customer has opted for a thermoplastic toe puff. So just giving the boot a little bit more shape and holding that leather quite nicely in place. The rest of the boot is very straightforward, and obviously the funky touch here is our MME leather combined with the rough out CAE. Now with time and wear, this is going to darken up quite nicely, and with this texture on this MME leather, it adds quite a nice in-depth contrast as the leather ages. Now if you're wondering what gives it this look, this is actually a print. So at the tannery, what they do there is they have a big press that they push down, and that's what gives it the sort of a freak look that we get on it. So now onto my favorite boot from this selection, and it's been a very close call between this pair of Stockmans and this pair of Numzan boots. And I'm going to have to say that this Numzan takes the cake, and you're probably asking why. And that's because it is just a good old Jim Green work boot, built tough and rugged, and exactly what we like to do here and what we stand for in the boot. So here, this boot obviously with the rough out and JGC combo, a pull loop for easy on and off. I think this boot, although quite simple, is going to get the job done. Thanks again for watching, and once again let us know in the comment section below what you think of these boots. Keep in mind that every second or third video we do a giveaway. The previous winner, his boots are still in the production line, which will feature on one of our later videos. And please remember, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep you updated on what's happening at the factory through these bi-weekly or every week videos.